Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world full of noise. People talk about their dreams, tweak their plans, post their every move, but let me tell you something, it's not the noise that builds your future. It's the quiet, intentional work you put in when no one is watching. True success is born out of discipline and dedication, not constant chatter. In a world driven by instant gratification and the need for validation, the ability to focus on your goals without seeking approval from others is a rare and powerful skill. Focus is not just about doing it, it's about being present, intentional, and fully engaged in the process. It requires the discipline to resist distractions, the courage to trust your journey, and the patience to let your work unfold in its own time. When you focus, you give your energy a direction. Without focus, even the most ambitious plans remain scattered and ineffective. It's easy to talk about dreams, to make grand statements, or to share your aspirations with the world in the hopes of receiving applause. But constant chatter dilutes your energy, and instead of building momentum, you end up feeding a cycle of external validation. Success is not about how many people know what you're working on, it's about the quiet, consistent effort you put in when no one is watching. Focusing on your goals means committing to them wholeheartedly. It means being willing to do the hard work, even when it's not glamorous or exciting. Discipline is the foundation of focus. It's what keeps you moving forward, even on days when motivation is nowhere to be found. Dedication, on the other hand, is the emotional investment you make in your goals. It's the passion that drives you to wake up every morning and keep striving, no matter how difficult the path may be. Together, discipline and dedication form a powerful combination that fuels sustained focus. The need for validation is one of the greatest obstacles to focus. In seeking approval from others, you risk losing sight of what truly matters, your own growth and progress. Validation from others can be fleeting, and it often comes with expectations or judgments that can derail your focus. When you rely on external approval, you place your sense of worth in the hands of others rather than finding it within yourself. By focusing on your goals without seeking validation, you build a foundation of self-reliance and inner strength. Focus also requires the ability to say no. In a world filled with opportunities, distractions, and competing priorities, saying no to what doesn't align with your goals is essential. It's not about shutting yourself off from the world, but about protecting your time and energy. Every moment you spend on something that doesn't serve your purpose is a moment taken away from your progress. By choosing your battles wisely, you create the space needed to pour yourself fully into what matters most. Another critical aspect of focus is learning to embrace the process even when the results aren't immediate. Success is not a straight line, and the journey often involves setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. Staying focused means trusting the process, even when the path ahead is unclear. It means believing in the value of your work, even when others can't yet see the bigger picture. This resilience is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who falter along the way. Focus is a skill that requires constant practice and refinement. It's not something that happens automatically, especially in today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world. But with discipline, dedication, and a commitment to the journey, focus becomes a habit, a way of life. And in that habit lies the key to unlocking your fullest potential. Many people confuse speaking about their dreams with the act of pursuing them. There's a sense of temporary satisfaction that comes from sharing your aspirations with others, a fleeting high that feels like progress. But words, no matter how inspiring, are not a substitute for action. The real measure of success lies in what you do, not what you say. In the end, action always outweighs words, and your results will be your loudest advocate. Talking about your dreams may feel productive, but it often becomes a trap that delays actual progress. When you constantly share your plans, you create the illusion that you're moving forward, even when you're standing still. The truth is, no amount of discussion, debate, or brainstorming can replace the tangible impact of getting started and doing the work. Action, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goals in a way that talking never will. Consider this: when you spend too much time announcing your intentions, you open yourself up to opinions, doubts, and judgments that can cloud your vision. People may question your ideas or impose their expectations, which can distract you from your original purpose. Worse, the act of talking about your goals can sometimes satisfy the very drive that should push you toward achieving them. The more energy you spend explaining your plans, the less you have left to bring them to life. Action is what separates dreamers from achievers. It's the silent, relentless effort that takes place behind the scenes, away from the spotlight. True progress happens in those quiet moments when no one is watching, when you're not seeking applause or validation. It's in the long hours of practice, the countless revisions, the setbacks you overcome, and the lessons you learn along the way. These are the things that lead to success, not the words you speak, but the work you do. Results have a way of speaking for themselves. When you focus on action, the outcomes become undeniable. They don't need explanation or justification because they carry their own weight. A promotion, a commotion, a project, a personal achievement, these milestones are your greatest advocates. They show the world what you're capable of without you having to say a word. People respect results because they're tangible, measurable, and rooted in effort, not promises. Taking action also builds momentum. The more you do, the more you can do. Every step forward creates a ripple effect that leads to the next opportunity, the next breakthrough, the next achievement. Words, on the other hand, lack this power. They may inspire in a moment, but they don't create the kind of lasting impact that action does. By focusing on what you can control your efforts, you build a foundation for long-term success. Action also instills confidence. The process of working toward your goals, even when it's difficult or uncertain, strengthens your belief in yourself. Each step you take reinforces the idea that you're capable, resilient, and deserving of success. Talking about your plans doesn't provide this same sense of empowerment. It's only through action that you truly grow, evolve, and realize your potential. When you prioritize action over noise, you shift your energy toward what truly matters. You stop worrying about how others perceive you and start focusing on the work itself. This doesn't mean you should never share your dreams, but it does mean being selective about when and how you do so. Let your work speak first, and when the time comes, let your results do the talking. The world is full of noise, people sharing their plans, boasting about their ambitions, and making promises they may never keep. But in the midst of all this chatter, it's the doers who stand out. They don't waste time talking about what they're going to do, they simply do it. And in doing so, they prove that action, not words, is the ultimate measure of success. Silence creates mystery. And in that mystery lies the element of surprise. When you choose to keep your plans and efforts to yourself, you cultivate an aura of quiet determination that draws attention not to what you say, but to what you accomplish. There's something undeniably powerful about allowing your results to reveal your capabilities rather than announcing them prematurely. This approach not only amplifies the impact of your achievements, but also inspires others in ways that words alone never could. When you work in silence, you control the narrative. You avoid the noise of external opinions, expectations, and pressures that often accompany the act of sharing your plans too soon. Instead of setting yourself up for scrutiny, you create a space where your work can grow undisturbed, shielded from distractions and unnecessary commentary. This element of surprise doesn't just preserve your focus, it magnifies the effect of your success when it becomes visible. There's a unique magic in letting your results speak for themselves. When people encounter the outcome of your hard work, it shifts the conversation from what you said you would do to what you've done. The unexpected nature of your success often leaves a lasting impression, inspiring admiration and curiosity. People start to wonder how you achieved what you did, and in that curiosity lies the true power of silence. It encourages others to look beyond the surface and consider the effort, discipline, and resilience that led to your accomplishment. Surprise is a powerful motivator. When you achieve something quietly and reveal it unexpectedly, you challenge others to rethink their own approach to success. It's a reminder that big results don't always need big announcements. They need commitment, effort, and a willingness to let the work speak for itself. In a world where people are constantly broadcasting their intentions, your silence becomes a statement of confidence. It says, I don't need to tell you what I'm doing because you'll see it when it's done. Moreover, the element of surprise protects you from the pitfalls of overpromising. When you focus on the process rather than the proclamation, you free yourself from the burden of living up to public declarations. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have ambitious goals. It means those goals are yours to nurture, refine, and pursue without the weight of external expectations. By keeping your efforts private, you allow yourself the freedom to experiment, fail, and grow without fear of judgment. Silence also gives you control over the timing of your impact. When you reveal your success, you do so on your terms at a moment when it resonates most powerfully. The element of surprise ensures that your achievements are noticed not because you demanded attention, but because they naturally command it. This kind of recognition is far more meaningful and enduring than the fleeting applause that often accompanies premature announcements. Inspiring others through the element of surprise doesn't require perfection, it requires authenticity. People are drawn to the authenticity of effort and the unexpected beauty of results that come from hard work and dedication. Your silence allows them to focus on the essence of what you've achieved rather than getting lost in the noise of what you said you were going to do. The element of surprise is about letting your actions speak louder than your words. It's about trusting that the work you put in will create an impact far greater than any explanation or promise ever could. When your results become your voice, they carry a power that resonates deeply, leaving an impression that inspires, motivates, and reminds others of what's possible when you work hard in silence. External approval is fleeting. It feels good in the moment, but it's rarely enough to sustain long-term motivation. If your efforts are fueled solely by the need for recognition, you risk losing momentum when the applause fades or when criticism arises. Hard work done in silence, however, shifts the focus from outward validation to inward satisfaction. Every small victory, every step forward becomes a reward in itself because it represents progress, not approval. You're not working to impress others, you're working to become the best version of yourself. The pursuit of external approval can also be limiting. When you prioritize others' opinions, you may find yourself tailoring your actions to fit their expectations rather than staying true to your own goals. This can stifle creativity, innovation, and authenticity. On the other hand, self-validation frees you to take risks, make mistakes, and explore new possibilities without fear of judgment. It allows you to grow on your own terms, guided by your vision or by your vision rather than the approval of an audience. Hard work done in silence is a gift you give yourself. It's a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable, strong, and worthy, not because someone else says so, but because you've earned it through your own efforts. The applause may come later or it may not come at all, but when you validate yourself, you realize that the real reward has been with you all along. The pride, growth, and fulfillment that come from knowing you stay true to your purpose. Consistency is a quiet force, one that often goes unnoticed but ultimately defines success. While others are distracted by noise, chasing shortcuts, or seeking attention, those who commit to steady, purposeful effort rise above the rest. It's not the grand gestures or sporadic bursts of inspiration that lead to greatness. It's the daily grind, the persistent work that happens when no one is watching, that sets you apart. Consistency is what turns small actions into significant results. Every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture. It's easy to be motivated for a moment or inspired by a vision of success, but true progress comes from the ability to show up day after day, even when the excitement fades. Consistency transforms fleeting motivation into lasting habits, and those habits become the foundation for achievement. The quiet grind is often overlooked because it lacks the glamour of instant success. There's no audience to cheer you on, no applause for the sacrifices you make, and no recognition for the hours you put in. But this is precisely where greatness is forged. In the quiet hours when no one else is paying attention, you have the opportunity to focus entirely on the work. These moments of solitude, free from distractions and expectations, allow you to refine your craft, build your skills, and strengthen your resolve. Staying consistent also builds trust, not just with others, but with yourself. When you commit to showing up every day, regardless of the circumstances, you prove to yourself that you are reliable, disciplined, and capable. This self-trust becomes a powerful motivator, fueling your belief that you can overcome challenges and achieve your goals. Over time, your consistency creates a ripple effect. inspiring those around you, and earning the respect of those who recognize the value of sustained effort. In a world obsessed with quick wins and overnight success, consistency is a rare quality. Many people start strong, but few have the patience and persistence to keep going when progress is slow or setbacks arise. This is what sets the consistent apart, the ability to stay committed, even when the results are not immediately visible. Consistency is not about perfection, it's about resilience. It's about understanding that each day you put in the work, you are laying the groundwork for the future, even if the payoff is not yet clear. The power of consistency lies in its compounding effect. What seems small in the moment, an extra hour of practice, a single chapter read, a workout completed, adds up over time to create extraordinary outcomes. Each effort builds on the one before it, creating momentum that carries you forward. The quiet grind may feel slow at times, but it is relentless, and over time it creates a foundation of strength and mastery that cannot be easily shaken. Consistency also teaches you patience. In a culture that rewards instant gratification, staying the course requires a willingness to embrace the long game. It means trusting the process and believing in your ability to achieve greatness, even when the results are not yet visible. This patience is what allows you to weather setbacks, overcome obstacles, and keep moving forward no matter what challenges arise. It is in the quiet, unseen hours that greatness is achieved. It's not about being the loudest or the most noticed, it's about being the most committed. While others are distracted by noise, chasing trends, or seeking validation, those who remain consistent in their efforts build a foundation of excellence that stands the test of time. And when success finally comes, it is not fleeting or superficial, but deeply rooted in the discipline, persistence, and quiet grind that made it possible. At the end of the day, what truly matters is not what you've boasted about, but what you've built. Legacies aren't created through loud declarations or constant self-promotion. They are crafted through action, impact, and substance. When the noise fades, what remains is the work you've done, the lives you've touched, and the difference you've made. That is what defines your legacy, and it will echo louder than any words ever could. A legacy is not built in a moment. It's the sum of your choices, your actions, and the values you embody over time. While others may focus on making impressions, those who prioritize building something meaningful leave an enduring mark. True legacies are created through quiet, consistent effort, through the projects you see to completion, the people you uplift, and the standards you set for yourself and others. These are the things that last, that speak volumes long after you're gone. Words can be forgotten, but actions leave a permanent imprint. People may remember a speech or a bold statement in the moment, but what they carry with them is the impact of what you've done. The structures you've built, the relationships you've nurtured, the innovations you've introduced, these become the foundation of your legacy. And the beauty of this kind of legacy is that it doesn't need explanation or embellishment. It speaks for itself. Letting your legacy speak means focusing on the long term. It's about building something that outlives you, something that continues to inspire and create value for others. This requires vision, patience, and a willingness to stay true to your purpose, even when the path is difficult or the rewards are not immediate. By concentrating on what you're building rather than what you're broadcasting, you ensure that your efforts create a lasting impact. A legacy rooted in action also inspires others in profound ways. When people see the results of your dedication, they are motivated to pursue their own goals with the same level of commitment and integrity. Your legacy becomes a ripple effect, influencing not just those who knew you directly, but also future generations who benefit from your work. This kind of influence is far more powerful than any words you could ever say. Building a legacy also means living with intention. It's about aligning your daily actions with your values and staying true to your principles, even when it's not the easiest or most popular choice. It's not about perfection, but about consistency, choosing to show up, do the work, and make decisions that reflect who you are and what you stand for. These small, intentional actions accumulate over time, creating a legacy that is authentic and deeply meaningful. What you've built becomes your voice, your story, and your contribution to the world. It's not about the applause you received or the recognition you sought, it's about the real, tangible outcomes of your efforts. Whether it's a business, a family, a work of art, a community project, or simply the kindness and wisdom you've shared, your legacy is the evidence of a life well lived and purposefully spent. It's not about how loudly you spoke, but about how deeply you touched the lives of others. It's about the change you created, the problems you solved, and the inspiration you provided through your actions. Your legacy will outlast the noise of fleeting words because it is built on a foundation of authenticity, perseverance, and impact. Let your work, your contributions, and your life's purpose speak for you, leaving behind a legacy that echoes louder and longer than any words ever could. So as you stand on the edge of your dreams, remember this: the noise will come and go, but your work, your dedication, your discipline, your heart will endure. You don't need to shout about your greatness. Let your efforts whisper it quietly to the world until it roars. Trust the power of silence, the resilience of consistency, and the beauty of a legacy built with purpose. Because in the end, success isn't about who claps the loudest or who hears you the most. It's about who you become in the process. And when your work finally speaks, let it be so profound, so undeniable that it doesn't just make an impression, it leaves a legacy that shines long after you've walked off the stage. Now go, build something extraordinary in the quiet hours. Let your results echo. Let your greatness rise. And when the time comes, let the world marvel, not at what you said, but at all you've accomplished.